Hey guys, and welcome to episode 149 of Meeple to Meeple. This is number 6 in our content creator community series. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever scrolled Instagram and seen a board game photograph or a video reel and you were like, okay, I need to play that? So that's the kind of magic that my guest creates. I am so fortunate enough that I get to chat with Iris, who is known as CrimsonBoardGames on all the social media, who's joining me all the way from the Netherlands. If you've never seen her feed, then you would know that she puts stunning photographs and creative reels that somehow excites your imagination. She excites mine. We're going to talk about how she got started, what goes into her content, how, what's the community like, what she sees the community going forward, and the board game scene where she lives. Iris, thanks for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me. I feel honored.
That is kind of you. I appreciate it. And I'm really grateful that you take some time to chat with me about this amazing community that we're a part
I'm
of.
very excited.
Yeah. So let me ask you the first question. What was the first board game you ever played as a child?
As a child,
Yes.
that's such a long time ago. I think mostly, I think it's called Sorry. Is that
Mm-hmm.
the American version? It's different in Dutch,
Yes.
but I think it's the same game.
Tell me about it, and I'll tell you if that's the right game.
It's a completely different game. It's just dice rolling and moving like a little meeple, I guess.
Yeah.
And you have 4 of the same color.
Yeah.
And you try to get them all around the board into like a place.
Yes.
And everybody tries to do the same thing, and you're knocking each other off the board.
Right. So you can your piece lands on mine, and you can send mine back to its start position.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is, in fact, Sorry. Yes.
Great. Wow. I'm so glad I knew that on the top of my head.
So, in the interest of diversity and linguistical coolness, what is the name of the game in your language?
It's called Mens erger je niet. It's very long.
Yep.
Long title.
Yep.
And it just means like, don't get annoyed. That's the title. It's
don't
like,
get annoyed.
It's literally like, dude, don't get annoyed. That's the title. So, because you get annoyed because people knock you off the board.
I think I would rather play a game called Don't Get Annoyed than Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like you're apologizing for knocking people off the board.
Yeah.
And
that's
ours
amazing.
is like, just don't get annoyed. Like, why are you bitching? Just play. So funny.
So
it's a classic.
It is a classic, right?
It is a classic.
Yeah.
That transcends continents, which is interesting.
It does. And you're absolutely right that it is so long ago. Like, I guess to be fair, since this is the 6th episode in the series, I've not told anyone what the first game I played as a kid was. And so maybe it's time to reveal, because I'm sitting here listening. I'm like, it is a long time ago. It's really hard to figure. Right? And I think it's going to be one of 2 games, because I don't really remember the first one. So I think it's Candyland. I played Candyland as a kid. Mm-hmm. Everyone else did. I think what made Candyland stand out was your standees were like plastic little ginger men in different colors, as opposed to just kind of like these little cardboard standees, or there was something tactile to touch.
Yeah.
It was either Candyland or it was Chutes and Ladders.
Also a classic, yes.
Yeah, which I talked with Adri Mora in episode 146. That was her first game. She's from Costa Rica. It's called Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah, for us too, Snakes and Ladders.
That was a good episode. Guys, y'all should go back. If y'all missed it, y'all should listen to that, because we had this really interesting conversation about how the games, just the names change, and they just a little bit of a difference to match the culture of the country that it was published in.
So interesting.
I think it's what connects. It's what connects us all, right?
Yeah, true.
So what about the very first game, the modern board game that got you into the hobby?
Yeah.
What game was that?
So it's also kind of, I think, 2, but I'll narrow it down to 1.
Okay.
For easy. We can get into it if we want to. I think the game that really changed my mind about what board games could do and made me really excited for this world that I was going to explore, was Dead of Winter.
Whoa.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the fact that it had characters and kind of, I mean, it's not very story heavy at all, but it had story elements which I'd never seen before, and I was just like so excited that a game could do something like that. I was like, what are you talking about? This is amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I was so excited to discover that.
Interesting. And so that was your first leap into the hobby.
Yes. So I did play like Ticket to Ride, Small World around the same time, I'd say. It all started because of the show on YouTube, Tabletop, with Will Wheaton.
Yes. Yep.
That man changed my life. So it was great. I loved that. I was watching it and that's basically just watching people play a game. I love it. It's just so good. I love it. Yeah. So that's why I started buying games for the first time. Yep.
If I remember, they played Dead of Winter on Tabletop. So which came first? Did you play Dead of Winter first, or did you see that episode and then that made you play the game?
Yeah, I watched the episode and I was like, what are these people talking about? This can't be real life. And I was like, I need this. And it was like, I don't know. It was a crazy amount of money. I don't know, probably like 70 euros or something. 60, I don't remember. It was an amount of money that I never thought a board game could be that expensive. I was like, what are you talking about? I mean,
little did you know.
Little did I know. I was like, what are you mean? This doesn't make any sense. The world was opening to me, the board game world. I was like, oh, okay, there's like board games that are like 200 euros and things. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yep.
But I saved up and I bought it and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. It was great. I'll never forget it, that I had it in my hands and I was like, this is mine now.
Dead of Winter. Wow. So have you since gotten the expansions to Dead of Winter?
No, actually.
No.
I'm not an expansion person.
Okay.
Is that controversial in the board game community?
Probably. You know, the thing about humans is any opinion can be controversial, right?
True.
I don't know that that's terribly controversial, but there's someone who would be like, yeah.
That's stupid. There's always someone.
There is always someone.
There's always someone. We're not going to listen to those people.
No. Or we might, right? That's how we get better, is we embrace all the opinions and all the, So how about...
Sorry.
What about, do you have a favorite player color?
So this is a question I get asked because my name is a color. CrimsonBoardGames.
That is true. Well, and iris, while a flower, is also a color.
Purple, mostly, in the flower at least.
Yep.
Also, it's also your eye color, which could be any color.
That's true. That's true.
Not any, but, in the grand scheme of things. It means rainbow, the name.
Right.
Iris. So that's why they named the iris, the eye after it. I have no strong opinion on that, which I find people are always a little bit offended when I don't have a strong opinion about player color. And I'm always like, well, that doesn't matter to me.
Right. That's true.
But I do, if I have a choice, I usually like colors that aren't in the game, like white or gray. I like muted colors.
Okay.
Sometimes pink. I love a pink.
Pink is good. Pink
Red,
is good.
Not really. Which
Interesting.
So stupid. Now I do. I enjoy all the colors.
So we're going to come back to that.
Okay, great.
Just saying, we're going to come back to that.
I'm excited.
I've got questions about that, but so it's really interesting. I played Murano today. My wife and I played, and there is both gray and white. So the player colors are gray, white, brown, and orange.
Perfect. Sounds like a game I need in my collection.
Well, it's an older game by Mayfair Games, so you may have a difficulty finding it, but check it out, Murano.
Just only for player colors, I need it.
I mean, that's cool. I was chatting with Grant Lyons just, I think it was episode 147, and he also is not attached to a player color. We were talking about controversy, and people get hot about
Yes.
player color,
About
right?
player colors. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
And I have a favorite, right? I mean, everyone knows my favorite's purple. That is my player color. But I also have like backups.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's if it's not purple, it's yellow or gold. If it's not gold, it's green. If it's not that, it's whatever you put in front of me. So yeah, there you go. But Grant was talking about how he too doesn't have a player color preference.
Yeah.
And he made a really interesting point. By not having a player color preference, he's not interrupted. His gameplay is not interrupted because what if you have a favorite player color?
Yes.
And you don't get it. And then
you're confused.
Right.
That's a good point.
So you're playing a game, you normally play blue, and that's a nod to our friend in the UK, always plays blue. Right? So you play blue, but you're not playing blue in this game, but someone else has it. So you're planning your strategy around the blue. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm green this time.
So maybe we should just
it's all tactics that aren't there, but I can pretend that is why.
It's funny, and this is me overanalyzing because that's what I do. We talk about in this community, we talk about diversity and how much we want to embrace diversity. But when it comes to player color, we're not diverse. We're like, I'm
boring.
Yeah.
So boring. And it's always the same 4 colors.
Right. Although that seems to be changing.
Yes,
I think to make board games more accessible for colorblind or other visual impairments, we're starting to see different colors so that they're not similar.
Yes.
I don't know how that works out, but there's a lot of thought going into it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about. I'm going to give you a little bit of trivia. I want to talk about your name. So in New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm originally from.
Wonderful.
Yes. So starting.
Go there.
Well, you should. It's amazing, but make sure that you tell me so that I can go and be your guide, because that's the way to do it.
Yes. I want to go to Le Monde.
Yes. So in New Orleans, starting on January 6th, is Carnival season, which culminates on Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras.
Nice.
This Saturday before Mardi Gras, there is the oldest all-female parading crew, and that's the crew of Iris.
Wow.
Yes. Right?
I feel honored.
Which is why, so they started in 1917, and they have paraded since 1917, with a few exceptions. World War II, there were no parades. 1979, there was a police strike. There were no parades. 2000, but otherwise, so I was just thinking about that. I was like, the crew of Iris is the oldest all-female parading crew during Carnival in New Orleans. So you make sure you have to go, and then that'll be great. It's also how I knew how Iris means rainbow, because there's all the connections. It is, and it's the Greek.
You've studied it, maybe.
The Greek goddess.
Yes,
Iris. So. Yeah, all the different crews. These are like social pleasure clubs in New Orleans. They have a parade, and then they have usually a private, sometimes public ball. And so they're all named after ancient gods or goddesses, mostly Greek and Roman. There are a few Egyptian, or there's a couple that are Mesopotamian as well. But so you see, you will be embraced in New Orleans.
I can't wait to visit.
Yeah. And embrace the diversity of color. Bam.
And it's always in October, the Mardi Gras.
No, Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is so. It's interesting how Mardi Gras falls. It's based upon when Easter Sunday falls.
Okay.
It can be as early as the 5th of February. It can be as late as the 11th of March.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
But it starts on January 6th every year.
Right.
Because January 6th is known as 12th night, because it's the 12th night of Christmas.
Where the kings came to visit
Jesus. The King's Day, which is why in New
Right.
Orleans we serve king cake all throughout Carnival.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And instead of a bean baked in the cake,
Yeah.
like the tradition in France and Western Europe, they have a little plastic baby that represents baby Jesus that they bake into the cake. And if you go to a party and you get a king cake and you get a slice that has the baby in it, you're responsible for buying the next king cake and hosting the next king cake party. Yes.
Wow. You don't want
right?
the baby. You don't.
No, you do. You totally want the baby.
I don't want to
Yes.
host.
Of course you do.
That's too much effort.
Look, in New Orleans, if you buy a king cake, that's all you have to do. They will come.
People will just, that's amazing.
That's right.
That's so interesting.
So, like your namesake, the rainbow, we will embrace the diversity of all colors and put aside our preference for player color, right?
Exactly.
That's the lesson to be learned.
That's
so let me ask you, I promised I was going to come back to this. I, like everyone else, probably assume that your favorite player color was red or some shade of red. Because of your handle is CrimsonBoardGames. So talk to me about why you chose that as your username. There's got to be some story behind it.
There is a story. It's boring though.
Yeah, but I want to hear it.
It's a boring. Okay, I'm gonna tell it. Okay. So it's really long and boring, but I'm gonna try to not make it too long because nobody is gonna care.
Well, you've got 5 minutes.
So that's a lot of time. Okay.
Okay.
So it started with me as like a 15-year-old wanting to be a writer.
Okay.
But I wanted to write in English. So I was thinking ahead for my future well-known author self that I couldn't use my own Dutch last name.
Okay.
Because it's not very English. It's very Dutch. You know, so you can't really, it wasn't international enough.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to think of a pen name, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I was really into Doctor Who at the time.
Okay.
The TV show.
Yes.
And there's just one episode where they use the word crimson. And I was like, such a cool word.
It's a cool word. It is.
And I just thought crimson sounded very cool. And I was like, oh, Iris Crimson. That's going to be my name when I write a book. And I never did, of course. I mean, I did, but not. When I was 15, I wrote a book. I wrote a book, as every other aspiring author probably did when they were 15.
Yes, we did indeed do that.
And it's very bad, and I don't want to look at it.
I know.
Horrible.
I know what you're talking. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we don't talk about that. And then I started an Instagram for books because I love books. I love to read. I love stories in general. So I made an account named Crimson Books. And then I made an account for board games. I was like, well, I guess I'll be CrimsonBoardGames. That's the story.
That. No, that's
very boring story.
That is not boring. That is not boring. Like there was a journey. There was a journey. You took me on a journey, right? And that was exciting.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, that's great. You know, I think I need to ask more people about how they came about their username.
People have such amazing names that I wish I thought of.
Yeah, that's
very
true.
Unique, very creative names.
That is true. You know, like this, but it's hard coming up with a name. It is so hard.
I'm so bad at it.
So now you got me thinking about this. 4 years ago, when Gareth and I were thinking about, like, at first it was just, let's do a collaboration. And we decided on this podcast, and it was like, you know, and you're trying to find the identity of the podcast and then come up with a name for it. Man,
it's hard. Yes.
It is very difficult. I think we came up with like 45 different possibilities. Like,
wow.
What do we? Oh yeah, and you know, because you go down rabbit holes. It's like you try to be silly, and then you're like, this isn't working, and then you overcorrect, and we got really, really serious. So, okay, here's an interesting story about how the podcast came to be. Gareth and I, we were talking about how, because we're both the same age, like he's like 3 weeks older than me. So like we're pretty much, but he's in the UK and I'm in the US. And so we grew up and we have similar experiences. Our first board games were similar. We got back into gaming for the same reasons. And we just came together. And because we're older than a lot of other members of this community, we originally saw ourselves as like the fun uncle. You know, you got the fun uncle who's just he's so cool to out with. So at one point we were playing with that imagery, And I guess I could tell the story, but since Gareth's gone now, but he might listen and go, I'll tell that story. We came across the adjective avuncular. Avuncular is an adjective in English to describe the being of an uncle. Like, you
Never
want
heard
to
of
talk
this.
about, neither did I. That's a cool
Avuncular.
word.
That's a
It's so cool, but trying to fit that. And so then we were like, we're gonna make that work, and it didn't.
It was
didn't
too
work.
difficult of a word to
It
make
is.
work.
Yeah. So it came nonsensical, and then we realized that we could use numbers as well, right? And so it's like Meeple to Meeple rather than TO. It's the number 2,
Yes.
and then we can somehow do some design. Yeah, whatever. You
It's
don't need to hear any more of
really,
that,
I
but there
like
you
it.
go.
Meeple to Meeple. It rolls off the tongue very nicely.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and then it lent itself really well because he prefers blue and I prefer purple.
Perfect.
And so it was like, okay, we could have these two, holding hands across the ocean, kind of cool, so it's just kind of exciting. So, don't knock that story of Crimson Board Games. I think it's cool. And thanks for taking me on that journey. So
you're so welcome. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you have, however, this might be more difficult. I know this might be easy. I feel like this is usually a difficult question, but for you, you're going to be like, I'm on it. Do you have a favorite board game mechanic that you gravitate to? Like, you don't care what the theme is, you don't care who's playing, but you're like, I love this. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I would feel there's multiple.
Okay, but you can't list all of them. You only get to pick one.
There's 2 though. Can I do 2?
Okay, you could do 2. That's fine.
Yes. There's 2 main ones that are my favorite, which is tile placement.
Yes.
And deck building.
Deck building. All right. Yeah. No one has said that yet in the community.
But tile placement,
So
love it.
Why? Why tile placement? What do you enjoy?
I think it's the tactile aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
And the puzzle aspect. Usually it's quite it depends on the tile placement, but usually there is a puzzle element to it. If it's hexagons or if it's more the polyomino shapes, both of them, I love it. And just, I don't know, it's just great. I'm just like a little goblin at the table, oh, can I put them? That's just me. I'm just like a goblin tile placement person. Yeah.
So do you prefer tile placement games because they're not all equal, do you prefer tile placement games where the tiles physically touch? Because there's some tile places where they don't. I'm thinking about Nemesis is a good example. It's sort of tile placement. I mean, you place them at the beginning of the game and then you flip them over as you explore, but they don't touch each other.
Yeah, no, I want them to touch.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And preferably in a satisfying way. Because sometimes, for example, I have Happy Home, which is an Alley-Cat game.
Yeah.
Where you try to decorate your house.
Okay.
And I love it. It's a great game. Great tile placement game. But you have to just put them in the room like how you would put the couch and the table. So usually it's not touching.
Right.
And it is a little bit, I have to push myself to put them in the best spot strategically for points instead of aesthetics.
Right.
And that is a challenge for me. I want the aesthetics.
Sure. Have you played 10 Penny Parks?
I need it in my life. I have not, and I really want it. Okay,
so first of all, the designer, Nate Leonard, is just amazing. I got an opportunity for him to teach my wife and I how to play it at an event at Gen Con, which was really cool. They've also got a Kickstarter right now with some expansions. I know you're not an expansion person, but there are some expansions coming out.
I saw one that Christmas Halloween one.
There is, yep.
And I was I need that.
So there are expansions that
they can tempt me. I can get tempted.
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to warn you. Okay. Tiles don't touch.
Yes, I know. Because you can't place them next to each other.
No, they're supposed to be kind of like this as opposed to,
But thematically, obviously it makes sense.
It does.
Because people need to walk around.
They do. You
And
got to
there's
have
like the
space.
trees that help with that. Like
There
little
are the
trees and
trees.
stuff.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not
Absolutely.
as bad.
Yes.
So I should be okay. I think I can do it.
So tile placement is one.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been gracious enough to give you two. You said deck building.
Thank you.
What is it about deck building that just gets you excited?
I don't. So it's so hard sometimes to explain things. I don't know actually. I think because you can go into like the TCG world, but
You
that's
can.
just too, which I enjoy, but it's just too big for my brain to comprehend most of the
Fair.
time. And a deck builder is just the comfort of a game in a box, and
Okay.
not like this world of TCG where I just get overwhelmed. And I like the idea of everybody starting out with the same thing.
Sure. That's fair.
And I don't know, I love the combination with deck building in a game. So obviously a very famous one is Dominion.
Neither do I.
Can't say that too hard because people are going to be mad.
That's okay. This is a safe space.
Safe space.
You know?
But like games where deck building, like it uses deck building to, like Clank is a very big name, obviously, where it's not just the deck building. You're also exploring like this dungeon or whichever version you're playing.
Sure.
And it feels like you're using the deck building to achieve something else, if that makes sense.
That absolutely makes sense. I completely get that. So it sounds to me like you enjoy deck building as a mechanic that is paired with other mechanics in a game, as opposed to a strict deck building
just
game.
Deck building. Yeah.
A la Dominion.
Yeah.
I agree completely. I find deck builders to be kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy deck building as a mechanic with it married with others. I think most notably I'm thinking about the Lost Ruins of Arnak, where there's deck building, but there's also placement, and there's that research tree, and there's so many other things going on.
Arnak just has everything.
It really does. It really does.
How can we put every game mechanic in one game? Almost.
You know, there are some designers who have tried. It's
like multi-use cards.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
I play tested a game at Gen Con that it hasn't been released. They're still in they're still in a playtest format right now. But so it's a deck of cards. It's kind of a 4X game. But it's just a deck of cards, and the cards represent the tiles that you place. It's a space exploration game, right? So you play them one face up, and those are your space exploration, but the cards are also the resources. They're also your life in the game. Like, it was really cool because it employed multiple mechanics, but it only used one component, cards.
That's very impressive.
Yes. I really would love to see this game like get made because it's so cool.
Sounds very cool.
Yes. And you, based on your because on your Instagram, you talk a lot about how you're available for playtesting. So you enjoy play. Is that something you really enjoy?
I mean, I love just trying whatever.
Right.
I mean, it does need to speak to me on some level.
Sure.
Obviously, I need to feel like either the theme of the game or the gameplay itself or something. But I do enjoy that. Yeah, I just like working together with other people that are excited and they're creating something. And that's just wonderful. It's just a wonderful place to be.
It really is. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite game right now? Like, there's a game that, like, this is the game that's hitting your table with great frequency today.
Today, it has to be Vantage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the game I'm currently the most obsessed with, I would say. That's like a newer game.
Yes. So I'm on the fence. I am neither sold or not sold.
Yeah.
Tell me what you love about Vantage. Yes. And why should I get a copy myself?
Yeah. I mean, do you enjoy playing solo?
No.
Okay, then don't get it.
So it's a solo game.
It's not, but I would suggest. For me, the solo is excellent.
Right.
And the multiplayer is good. It's fine.
But
nothing wrong with the multiplayer. But solo, it shines for me.
Okay.
In the solo. Because you're stranded on this planet, basically.
Right.
That's obviously the premise of the game. And I've never in my life played a game where I truly felt lost. Like truly. Because there's usually, you know what you're trying to achieve, right?
Yeah.
When you play a game,
Right.
you have a point, even if it's a very story-driven game where you're just going through the story, you're going through the story. With Vantage, you're just like, well, you stranded. Good luck, I guess. Yeah, what are you going to do? You have nothing. You know nothing of the planet. You don't know where to go. You don't know what is where you are.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, figure it out, I guess. That's the game. You do get a goal, obviously. That's like, for example, it's find 3 animals and make them loyal to you.
Okay.
Or it's find 6 items of a certain type. It gives you some sort of handhold.
Right.
To achieve.
And it's done all through cards, right?
All through cards.
As you're exploring on the planet, right?
Yeah, and it's very easy. I mean, the box is huge.
The box is huge.
And heavy. Holy shit, it's so
It
heavy.
is.
Because of all the cards. But the setup is 1 second. Because you start with nothing.
Okay.
So you start with your character card. And and a few tokens. And that's it. And then you're just gonna... And you land on a spot on the planet. And it's like, well, that's card number 7. You're like, great. Okay, card number 7. That's where I am right now. I see ocean. And I see a mountain. What am I going to do? And it's so unique. I've never experienced that before in my life. And I really love just exploring. I love exploring.
Yes.
It's the best.
So in multiplayer, is it basically the same thing? You're on that side of the table. I'm on this side of the table, and you're playing the card in front of you. So it's basically we're both playing a solo game.
No, the multiplayer is you're all stranded on this planet, but you all land in different spots.
Right.
So you're all in your own escape pod, and they all land separately from each other. So you have a little card stand, which is very great, where you put the location card into where you are. So everybody's somewhere else. And you can communicate through comms, So you can tell, I see a desert and there's a crab in the desert. That's what I see. That's what you can tell people.
Right. Because that's what you see.
That's what I see.
Okay.
And you can't share items or anything because obviously, but you do have the same goal. So you all have the goal to find 3 animals together instead of alone.
Okay.
If everybody has 1 animal and you're playing with 3 people, good.
Right.
So you're working together to achieve the goal, but you don't really play
together.
You have some interaction where so you roll a lot of dice that you place on cards, and you can place dice on other players' cards to help you. So that's kind of how the interaction goes.
Okay.
But it feels more high stakes when you're on your own.
Okay.
I feel like I'm about to die, and I love it.
Okay. So you like that tension. That's just okay. I could see that. All right.
Yes.
So my wife and I's biggest concern about Vantage was that it was just going to be she's sitting on one side of the table, I'm on the other, and I'm just doing my thing and she's doing hers, and while we're working together, we're not. Yeah. Okay.
So I totally feel that concern.
Okay. That solves that.
Yeah.
So
saved you some money.
You did. Welcome. Thank you for that, because there are so many games. There's so many games. So many games. And they're getting more expensive.
Yep. Thanks, Trump.
So let me ask you about the transition. I've been asking this of everybody on the series. Your transition from just being a gamer who's posting some pictures of games to share with people to actually being a content creator. Now, I have noticed, I came prepared, that you started your Instagram in 2019.
A long time
which
ago.
Predates the pandemic.
Yes.
And yet you're just over a year on YouTube. YouTube was a year, February of this year. So you started in 2024. So you've been creating content for a substantial amount of time.
Yes.
You start creating reels, and your reels are fantastic.
Thank you.
So tell me about that story of when you made the decision to be more intentional about the content you were creating and not just a gamer anymore.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so it's true. I created the Insta quite a while ago now. And I have a lot of hobbies. I love a lot of things.
Well,
so I wasn't very consistent.
Okay.
So it's just ups and downs. And also during COVID, so it's all thanks to COVID, where I really discovered the beauty that is solo board gaming.
Okay.
I didn't really know it was a thing until the COVID times, and I really started to dive into it, mostly because of Final Girl.
Okay,
So Final Girl is a pivotal game in my gamer life, and just the decisions that I made, because it's amazing. And I wanted to start the YouTube for a while, but it's definitely more of a thing than just Instagram pictures. You know, it felt also a little bit awkward. I'm like, people are gonna watch that, and that's weird, and it takes a bit more to take the step for me to start the YouTube.
Yes, it does. You were very right.
So it took a while, and first I wanted to really try to be consistent on Instagram, and just to see how long I could keep that up before really diving into like a YouTube channel. And my best friend, she really motivated me. She's the best. And she was just like, you can do it. Just try. Doesn't matter. You know, doesn't matter. If it doesn't work out or you quit, who's going to care? Nobody.
Right.
So I was like, you're right. I'm going to do it. And it's also thanks to like YouTubers like Carly from Board Game Buzz and Jenna from the Board Game Garden, because they do, especially Jenna, because she does a lot of solo playthroughs, which I discovered, which then led me to be like, wow, this is I just love watching people play. That's where it all started with tabletop. Which is a funny thing to think back on, where it's just me watching a video of other people playing a board game, which sounds so weird sometimes, but it's the best. I love that so much. So that was just, I was like, oh, I can do that. I can film myself playing solo board games. That could be fun.
Right.
Also, because it was the content I loved to watch the most. Because that's why I do that the most. That's most of my videos are solo playthrough videos. So that's kind of how I started, with a very crappy setup that fell apart every second, and cameras, shutting off, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know all about, the early days of the podcast were, whew.
Man, when I look back, I can't. It's awful. But you have to start somewhere.
I totally get that.
You can grow.
So you also have a lot of reels on Instagram where it's like you're playing two roles, and you're not the only one who've done this, but where you're talking to yourself, right?
Yes.
So who was your inspiration? If there was someone who was an inspiration, where'd you come up with those ideas? How do you generate where do you get your inspiration from?
Where do I get my inspiration?
Yes.
So for reels, because reels definitely are not my strong suit personally.
Yeah.
I'm more, the long form content for YouTube's more comfortable for me than the short form reel content. I find it more difficult. I find that it's a talent. And Carly from Board Game Buzz, she's incredible. She is so good with the reels. I can't with what she does. She's so funny. She makes me laugh every time, and she's just very kind. And that really inspired me to try to do more reels, but man, I suck. I suck at that. They're horrible. They're difficult to make, man. It's difficult. YouTube's much easier, I find. It takes more time, maybe, for the filming. The editing is more difficult for the reels, I would say. It takes more of a thought process.
Yes.
And I don't have that. So I don't have thoughts.
Yeah. You don't have thoughts.
Not such great ones where I can think of how to do that.
You've heard it here, guys. Iris doesn't have thoughts.
I just do. I don't think. I just play games.
No, that's great. I love that. You are an inspiration to me, because I'd rather just do. right?
Yes.
Like, yeah,
I don't have
all
a
about,
plan most of the time.
yes, exactly,
I just go.
exactly. I
Yeah.
love it. No,
Yeah.
that is,
That's my thing.
I respect that.
And it's
I respect
also
that.
the Instagram Reels, it's like 90 seconds. I talk too much for 90 seconds. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I yap way too much.
Oh,
It's hard to be concise. Can't do it.
no. Who you talking to? I know. I know what I get it. I
Yeah.
understand. I
It is what
understand
it
that.
is.
So, that pretty much answers my next question is what's your favorite platform that you like to post on? YouTube.
For sure.
You've all,
100%. I'm
yes.
not consistent on Instagram at all. I'm a bad
Okay.
Instagrammer. Yeah, I'm pretty
I
bad.
mean,
I mean, I do stories a lot,
you do.
but the posts, it's
Yeah.
it's not great.
Well,
But it's fine.
that explains like you seem to be more successful on YouTube. So at YouTube, you're sitting at just shy of 5,000 subscribers, and you've done that in a little over a year, which is incredible. And 241,000 views. That's incredible.
Oh,
That
thank
is
you.
amazing. I have so many
Thank
questions.
you.
We're going to talk offline after we're done because I got questions about that.
That's
Um,
great.
whereas on Instagram, you're like just shy of 2,500 followers. See, I
Yeah.
did my research.
Yes.
I did my research. Um, because I think you're amazing. I think
Oh,
you're an inspiration. I like your
thank
content,
you.
and it's interesting because most of the conversations I've had with folks recently is they really embrace the short form,
Mm,
which I have admitted in previous episodes I need to work on. I prefer the long form.
me
I prefer
too.
to sit here and talk to you for an hour about things you love, people you love, games that you enjoy, why you enjoy them, because you have a story, which is why I invited you to be part of this series, is you're building this community one interview at a time. So let's talk about the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in your mind, what is the one thing that the community, however you want to interpret this question, what do we do so well that you are so proud to be a part of it?
It's a very simple answer, and it's be kind.
Yeah.
It's the best community, the best people, the sweetest people. I've met so many lovely people. I can't even comprehend. The
I know.
people, I could cry right now
Mm-hmm.
thinking
Mm-hmm.
about the people that I've met along the way that means so much to me, that I call
Right.
friends, that I haven't even seen in real life.
Right.
I've been lucky enough to have met in real life, maybe once, but they're just as great friends than some people that I've known in real life for a long time. And it's just, I don't know, I don't get it. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of hate online, a lot, you see it all the time.
Yes.
But in the
Absolutely.
board game community, I mean, sometimes a little bit, but not really for me. Not really. Which
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for, that everybody's, like 99.9% of the people are lovely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the creators as well, the designers, the publishers.
Right.
It's overwhelming,
Yeah.
the kindness. Yeah,
Well, I mean, there you go. And sometimes the simplest answer is the best.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the flip side of that? I've been asking everyone this as well. What do we do wrong? What do you see that you're like, we need to do better because of this?
It's a difficult question
It is.
because I'm a very positive person.
Sure.
So it's hard for me to
I'm a
think
firm
of.
believer. I'm a firm believer that we're all imperfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that my listeners, viewers, walking with me on this journey through all these content creators, when I ask this question, I'm not looking to be negative, but I firmly believe that we have all sinned and fall short of the grace of God,
Mm-hmm.
and we make each other better. And to
Yes.
embrace the diversity, it means we have to take the good with the bad. And if this community is going to grow and just become better, then we have
Yeah.
to acknowledge what do we do wrong so that we can make reconciliation and turn away from those things. I ask everyone if there's something you think that maybe you've seen something because you have a different perspective,
Mm.
right? So you're looking in you're in this unique position to say, hey, let's maybe do less of this or that, or
Yeah.
or maybe not, and that's okay too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's always going to be things that we can improve upon for sure. I think diversifying, which we've talked about a lot,
Yeah.
I think there's definitely room for growth there, just in all aspects. I feel like there's definitely a rise of women in the board game community.
Absolutely.
I think it's been really great to see, and I think that was lacking for a long time.
Yes.
But that's really, I feel like I see a huge amount of women online as well. Maybe that's because I'm a woman as well. I'm in the bubble of the female content creators online, but which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, diversifying for sure on all aspects of humanity, because we're all different and we are all just allowed to exist in who we are.
Correct.
And I find that very important. And the human rights aspect of that for me is very important. So I think we could definitely diversify there still in the board game community, especially with race as well. I mean, I feel like the majority is white, which, I mean, obviously nothing wrong with that, but we can definitely, I think there's, yeah. So I think that's the thing we can really still improve upon.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I certainly agree. I just don't know that I found a solution to that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It's not really easy to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I think it's one that we can overcome.
I think so too. And I do think a huge part of the board game community, I mean, we're all just nerds.
Right. Right. Yeah.
We're all geeks. And the great thing about that is that it is already quite a queer community and a neurodivergent community.
Yes.
That's why I love everybody so much, because nobody's truly boring.
Right.
And that's why it's so great.
So you need to remember that, because earlier when we were talking, you're like, my story's boring, and you can't. Now we're right. So let me ask you. You got someone comes to you and is like, Iris, I'm really thinking about being a content creator, right?
Yes.
What advice do you have to someone who's new to the community and is thinking about doing what we do?
Yeah. Well, just go for it. Literally, just start somewhere. I know some people say you really need to think and plan and have like an idea, like what's your content going to be that's different from everybody else's.
Everybody else.
Be better, be great. But that's such an American mindset. I don't like that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
No. I just start and have conversations with people about games, because that's what makes being a content creator, it's so stupid to say, but that's what makes it so fun, is the people that I talk to online. That's the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
Just chatting about games and meeting new people, and that's really what brought me what I needed, that I didn't have in my life, that I wanted more of, is more people to talk to about board games. That's what I was looking for, and that I found it, which is amazing.
We're here.
Yes. There are so many of you, and I love you all. It's great.
So I have to, my last question, I'm really curious, is tell me about the local community in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
Do you have like a local group that you game with on a regular basis? I mean, because the Netherlands is small, so I imagine that it's easy for you to get together for like a day or something, because I mean, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, because definitely, I mean, to us Dutch people, 40 minutes away is far. It's like they live far away. That's 40 minutes? Oof,
that's like down the street for us.
Which is so hilarious. I talked to so many friends about this. Like Reggie is a great friend of mine that I met through the community, and he lives near Portland.
Yes.
And it's so fun to talk to him about stuff like this. Because I'm like, oh. So I have two amazing friends that I play the most with, and they live 40 minutes away. They used to live in my town, so that was great, because that was the easiest.
Right.
But now they live 40 minutes away, which is so far. So it's very annoying.
Far.
But we do get together. Like when we get together for board games, we play a whole day.
Yes.
Yeah, so we get together around like noon, and then we just play until we eat together, and then we play until the evening. So yeah,
What about
really great.
What about the Netherlands as a whole in terms of like how popular is the modern hobby in the Netherlands? Are there a lot of either board game cafes or board game stores?
Yeah, it's sad community actually.
Okay.
So bad for me to say that. No, there's great people out there, obviously, but it's definitely lacking, especially the board game cafes. I've actually thought about starting my own, but that's crazy. I can't do it.
You can. No, you can.
Being like a business owner is such a pressure.
I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying you can do it.
Yeah, probably. Maybe someday, who knows? But that's definitely something that I wish I had in my town. And I've been to England a lot. I love England. And they have great board game cafes. It's amazing. It's so good. And I'm just like, why don't we have this? So sad. But the stores are fine. They're okay, I guess.
Tell me how you really feel.
There's good ones and there's mediocre ones.
Okay, sure.
And the good ones are on the lower end. So sad. But it's fine. I can deal with it. I go to conventions so I can buy everything I want. And we do have one city, Utrecht.
Utrecht, yeah.
Which is the best city for board games. Yeah, which is interesting because you would think it'd be Amsterdam, but it's really, really not.
Okay.
It's really not. Amsterdam has like one good store and it's quite new. So before that, it was awful. But Utrecht is good. They have like 5 board game stores in the same street.
Wow.
It's everything I want. And they have great selections. Yeah, but
and how far away are you?
About an hour.
An hour.
Which is very far. It's more than 40 minutes.
So I am a 5-minute walk from my local game store.
That's so great.
It is great.
That is amazing. Yep. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky. It just kind of,
Yeah, especially in America.
Yeah.
Because there it could be like a long way away.
Yeah. We have 3 game stores in Springfield. Otherwise, you're driving. Yes. Otherwise, you're driving an hour and a half to the south to St. Louis, where Miniature Market is famous, and they've got 2 locations. Or you've got to go up to Chicago, where there's some really great stores and cafes.
So that's the thing. Is 3 hours?
It's 3-hour drive, 4-hour train ride.
That's wild.
Which is easy.
Far.
No, that's easy. That's easy. So
3 hours? No way.
So here's the great thing. Reggie will be on this show in a few weeks because he's going to be part of this. So Reggie and I are we're going to have a good laugh at how Iris thinks 40 minutes is too far.
Yes. Please laugh at me because it's so interesting.
Oh, we're totally gonna. Yeah, it just means you're going to have to listen to that episode too.
Yeah.
You should listen to them all.
That Spiel at Essen, which is in like a week and a half.
Which is probably what, 3 hours from you?
1.5, 2.
1.5. Okay.
2
well,
hours. Very close.
I don't know how far Essen is from the German border, so it's obviously not that far.
Close to the Dutch border.
And are you going to Spiele?
I am going.
There you go.
For all the days. But I was always like, it's so far away.
God.
But it's actually so close.
I can't wait for you to come visit the States. I really can't. You're gonna come, and by the way, you're gonna stay with us because we've got room for you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a tour.
We're gonna take you there will be so many day trips where we will have to drive an hour or more just to go somewhere. And you're going to be like, that was not long at all. You will be amazed at how much you can get done. And still, we do it.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Just drive there and back.
That's the problem, is we have to drive. It also means that we can't all get to... So like all of our friends in the UK, they do these one-day little conventions where they all get together and have, it's just bring games and play. We can't do that because our country's just too big.
That's the sad thing. Yeah.
we've got to wait for Geekway or Origins or Gen Con or PAX Unplugged or whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's a challenge.
That's
So
definitely a sad thing. Yeah.
so yeah. Yep. So remind everyone where they can find you and tell people where they can reach out to you. And yeah.
My name on all the socials is CrimsonBoardGames. Please come and say hi to me. I'd love to chat. You're welcome to join all the fun.
Yeah. There you go. Guys, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And give me comments. I really want to know what you think about this series, and your thoughts for the next year, right? I'm starting to think about what kind of topics and guests I'm going to have in 2026. And I can't do it without you. So thank you, Iris, once again for joining. It has been a real delight. I really enjoy chatting with you and you being a part of this series. Yeah.
Thank you
As
so
always,
much.
guys, be kind to each other and let's play more games.